Alrighty then, we'll give it a couple minutes for the. Well, is it going? Yeah, I think we're live. Are we live? Maybe. Yeah, not sure if the audio is working. We'll give it a minute, see if anybody shows up. Kind of last minute random social if anybody's watching this later. So, alrighty then. Well, yeah, maybe I should have set this one up a little earlier, but we'll see what happens. We'll give it some time. Yeah, nothing much really going on. Just figured I'd have a social. Been a minute since we've done one of these late night Insomniac socials, so let's see where we can go with this. Or maybe I'm officially out of the algorithm. We'll see what happens. Yes, the algorithm works in mysterious ways. The Leatherman Wave Plus. Great EDC. Multi-tool. Alright, so maybe Wednesday nights aren't going to be a big hit. Hello. Anybody out there? Alrighty then. Kind of feeling like I've been shadow banned. Concurrent viewers 1. Hello. Average view duration 2 minutes though. Kind of interesting. Great EDC AAA flashlight. The yeah, okay. The Streamlight Pro Tac. Nice little compact, lose it in the pocket kind of flashlight. Kind of underrated EDC. I don't know. Nowadays it seems pretty popular. Everybody's kind of carrying one. So, alrighty then. So this one time at Skydive Camp, no kidding. Wouldn't believe it if you weren't there though. Alright, maybe the chat's not working tonight. So everybody say hello. How are you doing today? How's everybody's week going? It's officially hump day. We're getting there though. Everybody's carrying a lighter. Well, not everybody's carrying a lighter, but as a parachute rigger, yeah, end up sealing a lot of cordage, Cut the cord, seal the cord. Kodiak Edge, what's happening, man? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, dude. How has life been treating you? We're, yeah, another day in paradise, right? I don't know why, man. I don't get notifications for much anymore. Chaos Theory, what's happening, brother? How you doing? I'm doing mighty fine, man. Can't complain too much. Hey, it is what it is. The world is what it is, but we're trying to make the best out of it. But yeah. Chaos, did you end up pulling the trigger on that Silky Nada? Yeah, that's a stellar deal, man. Yeah, Kodiak, if you or anybody else listening for that matter. Yeah, Scamazon's got a great deal going on the Silky Nada 240 millimeter. Yeah, is it a machete? Is it a hatchet? We don't know. It's a little bit of both. But yeah, they're usually right around the $100 mark, but they're like 58 something. Depends on what their algorithm wants to give you for a price, but yeah, they're roughly marked down like 40%. The original Nada, not the Outback version, unfortunately. That one is still at 132. But yeah. Yeah, Kodiak. It's a great tool, man. I've yet to have one. I'm gonna be honest. But everybody I know that owns one says they're great, and hey, for the price, you really can't go wrong. Silky makes some great products, but they're pricing themselves off the market, to be honest. So yeah, if you can find a deal on something, yeah, nab it up because that's just getting crazy priced. The folder. This is a Spyderco Sage 5 CF, carbon fiber scales, S20V steel, and it's a custom blackened pocket clip. This is from my man B&A, brand new American, gifted this to me last year, beginning of December, so a bit of an early birthday present. And this is my legit EDC knife, as this is the only folder I currently own and carry. And yeah. In fact, the scales are the bomb. This is I had a bunch of bad experiences mountain biking with carbon fiber. Carbon fiber mountain bike frames don't last more than like 2 years. So I was kind of turned off from carbon fiber. But as far as scale material goes, I love this stuff, and I totally geeked out on it on the carbon fiber. And I ended up getting a Phobos Knives Calcula. Actually, this was Phobos Knives. Eric Hansen is the owner, and I've known him going on like 6 7 years or so. Like 2019 sometime is when I met him, and yeah, he ended up gifting this Calcula to me, because of the carbon fiber scales. And yeah, sweet knife. Neil McKenzie, welcome to the chat, brother. How you doing, my man? Always a pleasure to see you, dude. How's your week going, man? Yeah, I'm yeah, 2026. It's one of my goals is to get into making Kydex sheaths. I figure I've done a bunch of research on it. It's something I've been dabbling in, and there's actually so many things that I want to do with Kydex, that if I were to ship it off and have all the Kydex made that I wanted to, I could pretty much buy my own complete setup. So rather than, dishing out a bunch of money, yeah, I'm just gonna buy tools and Kydex and learn how to make my own. I think it's gonna be a great thing. Hopefully, a bit of a side hustle as well once I get everything dialed in. I don't see it as that complex. Hey, Ground Fog, what's happening, geek? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, my man. Fellow nerds geeking out on gear. Gotta love it, man. I want this year to learn carving knife bolster designs. Fire, yeah. Hey, Ground Fog, man. We return friendly fire here. We don't mind friendly fire. We return friendly fire. It's always a good time, man. Ground Fog, how are you doing, my man? How's your week going? How's life treating you? It's yeah, I figured it's hump day, humping day. Yeah, might as well jump on here, see what's going on. Trying up the game. I gotta increase the content output. I put out two absolutely horrible shorts this week. Nothing fancy, nothing fabulous, but put out a couple of shorts, couple of my favorite knives. Put one out on the Alaris, and the Calcula, of course, man. The Calcula is my go-to EDC. It's such a great knife. I enjoy it. In fact, the only thing better than owning a Calcula is owning two Calculas. And I suppose the only thing better than owning two Calculas would be owning three. So maybe we'll actually, I have a third one picked out that I want. But I'm not high, but a little drunk. um, yeah, I don't know, man. I gotta choose my topics wisely on this channel. Because the algorithm has not been nice to. Well, yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. Um, but yeah, maybe it's just the algorithm telling me, hey, you're slipping off into the wrong genre. This is the wrong niche, buddy. You should go back to talking about gear. And well, I'll get into some other stuff here and there once in a while, but yeah, I probably gotta may just shift my direction, reset the heading, and focus on the gear, man. It seems to work out better all around. Yeah, overall quality of life. Yeah, and quite frankly, it's just gotten beyond frustrating. I think the more you pay attention to things, the more you realize how stupid everything has gotten. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just baffled that you know we can we can send a team all the way to another country and arrest a dictator and his wife and bring them all the way back, not lose a single man. We can coordinate all this. We can make it happen. And it did happen. But 6 years and we're still waiting on some files. So, and conveniently, that raid happened at a certain time when certain things were supposed to be released. But hey, Pop Smoke, look over there, right? So I'm getting 400 plus subs a month now, going vertical 4 times a week, and about 40,000. That's awesome. Good for you, man. That's great, Kodiak. I wish you the best of luck, man. And yeah, hey, best of luck to you. Um, yeah, they're all sharp for sure. Everything I have, I keep shaving sharp. They're not like some super YouTuber, super knife guy, super duper sharp. But yeah, I keep them well within working condition. And these new super steels, man, they're amazing things. My introduction to super steels, well, maybe I don't know. It was when S35 VN steel was the shizma. And I got into Spartan blades, the Horkos, the Frike, and the Enyo, as well as the Palas folder. And man, it was such a game changer going out doing things, and not having to sharpen your knife mid task. The edge retention is next level. Can it cut paper? I don't know, man. I'm not a dancing monkey. I'm not a buffoon. I could care less about cutting paper. I really do. I know it's a YouTube trick and the blingity bling bling, but yeah, I just it'll shave. All I can pick up any one of my knives, and yeah, see it shaves. So yeah, the cutting paper stuff at the right angle and the blingity bling bling, and hey man, save a tree, don't cut paper. That's like another thing on YouTube. Just because my knife can doesn't mean that you have the sharpening skills to do the same thing. So it doesn't matter how sharp my knife is. For you, it matters how sharp your knife is. But as far as Phobos knives, I can vouch for their knives that they come from Phobos knives like razor sharp. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Crispy. Scissors cut paper, man. How are you doing, Crispy, man? How you holding up, brother? I know it's been one heck of a week for you, my man. And yeah, how you doing, my man? I prefer to save a tree to beaver. Exactly. Yep. Don't fall in line and you get you slept good old YouTube. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ground fog. They've slapped it to me something fierce, man. Um, yeah, man. I got like a mushroom stamp on my forehead. That's how bad it is. Um, that's good, Crispy, man. I've had you in my thoughts all week, dude. Without a doubt, man. You and Michael. So, man, I don't know how you're pulling through, dude, but just you keep doing what you're doing, and yeah. Yeah, I saw some people in YouTube testing sharpness with papers. That's why. Yeah, yeah, I know. There's a whole thing that goes around, but I don't really. Man, I'm kind of a nonconformist. I'm the black sheep. Even I lived in one of the smallest communities in the world. I worked in professional skydiving, pretty much my entire adult life, and even amongst the small niche of skydivers, I was amongst the black sheep, the 1% of the skydiving community. So there's one master parachute rigger on every drop zone, and that was me. So I'm I don't fall into line very well. Um, I have a military background, but still, even then, yeah, I kind of do my own thing. So, and there's some stuff I just don't get too heavily into it. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some shifting in direction because, yeah, quite frankly, it's making me miserable, and it's not working out great. I have bigger plans, and yeah, unfortunately, I gotta fall in step for a little while. At least, maybe when I get big enough, and I got 600 or 800,000 subscribers. If I ever see that day, I can have a little bit of my freedom of speech back because I touch points on some stuff that some of the other people talk about because I do care. I care about America. I care about America's future. My time here may be limited, but my kid's got a whole bunch of years left. So I figured maybe I would try to have a bit of a voice and everything going on. But yeah, the powers that be said no. Yeah, it's not happening, brother, man. Cannon, what's happening, brother? Hoorah! Welcome back, man. How are you doing? It's late. It's late. What are you doing up this late, my man? Raking Raccoon, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Yeah, insomnia. So I titled this one perfect, huh? The insomnia social. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll get back into those 8 to 10 hour lives and rocking it because last year at this time I was getting 20 to 30,000 views per live. This year now I'm getting like 400 ish. So yeah, maybe it's just better. I just be burning stuff in the house and geeking out on gear. Um, I do have one of those silky nadas on the way, and I plan on getting some custom work done to it. So I'm gonna doctor it up a bit. Got a few plans with that. So that's coming. But yeah, there are always other places for that Telegram, Signal, etc. Yeah, yeah. I don't think Instagram lets you do too much. I've looked into Rumble. It's a bit of an awkward like navigating that. The searches and stuff just kind of seem a little. I'm not sure about it, but I am looking into other things. So I gotta try to, like I said, redirect the channel. Start focusing on stuff. Yeah, gotta build a bridge and get over it. And make some changes. So yeah, I've just got better intentions, bigger goals for the channel, and people that I'd like to be doing better for in life. So yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. To a certain degree, I like being on top of what's going on, but at the same time, it's the deeper down the rabbit hole you go, the worse it gets. Just some of the stuff you learn, you can't unlearn. Like some of the stuff you see, you can't unsee. And it just, it's changing my overall opinion, and not in a positive way. So it's too bad Rumble isn't more attractive in terms of rewarding creators. Yeah, ground fog. It's with that stuff. It's not even about the reward. There's no. I'm not looking for a participation trophy on any level, but maybe if you can like reach a few people and shed a few light on some things, and it's worth your time. And of course, like anything, the more people speaking up, the more relevant it becomes. So yeah, you might want to look into Twitch or Kick. Yeah, yeah, it's a long process, brother. You keep getting so. Yeah, and YouTube, man, it's a long game. It definitely is. I'm looking at it long term. But yeah, they've shadow banned me, and it's just yeah, and it's just it's a way they managed to get around the First Amendment, if that makes sense. They really couldn't change the First Amendment, so instead they did it through big tech, and by that they have the terms of service and stuff like that. And we all know if you lean a certain way or you have a certain opinion, then you're going to get censored. Unfortunately, it is what it is. What is left of the multi-tool? This is a Exotac fire sleeve. It's a waterproof container for your Bic lighter. Which, man, I keep flicking the Bic, but this one's dead. So yeah, they're a pretty cool little tool. Yeah, it's just a you just throw a Bic lighter in there. It does have a little sleeve thing here, so you can hold the button down if you wanted to, start a fire. You got to reach in, get a candle or something. But yeah, they just kind of slide right in, hold your Bic, and then it's waterproof. It's buoyant enough to float. If you happen to drop it in the water, maybe you're doing a little kayaking or something. I don't know. But yeah, handy to have. And I'm a lighter in the pocket every day kind of person, so. Yeah, it does float. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They come in a couple other different colors. They had like the limited edition ODM black. This one's solid black. They also have a glow in the dark one and an like orange and black as well. Did you ever look up the Winkler case knives? No, I'm sorry, man. I haven't looked up the Winkler case knives. I I'm kind of fed up with knives. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's just some stuff in the knife world that I'd just rather not. Sometimes, yeah. My main focus is in knives. I enjoy it. Actually, I enjoy knives a lot less now than I did a year or two ago. So, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I even had it written down. Um, Exotac, Exotac, Exotac. And it's a U.S. company. They're right down out of Georgia. Is it? Yeah, Georgia. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. And at least it was on. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it's awkward, unfortunately, but I've learned a lot about YouTube over the last, little like 13 months. I've been doing lives. I've done somewhere around 125, 130 lives, and I've learned that like everybody says social media is a different place. I've learned that it isn't. It's just like the rest of the world. What makes it different is people have a screen in between them, and they're more emboldened to do stuff that they would never do in front of you, or that you could immediately react to. So yeah, I've learned that about YouTube, especially doing lives. Yeah, I've learned about organized trolling and stuff like that as well. There are people that'll go out of their way to try to make you miserable. So yeah, YouTube is very much like the current real world, only worse. Yeah, I've learned that for sure. Um, but yeah. So I guess we'll get back to the Silky Nada. They're shipping from the Silky factory in Japan. So you can order it off of Amazon. It's going to take roughly 2 weeks, depending on where you're at. And but yeah, they're like 40% off instead of like roughly $100, 99, whatever. They're like 58.69 or something, like an hour ago on Amazon. So people will say stuff on social media they would never say out loud. Yeah, you're 110% right there, man. They really would. In fact, I know for a fact if some of the people that come in here trolling, if they were standing in front of me, they wouldn't have the guts to say it, because I may not be the strongest, I may not be the fastest, but I'm a professional at crazy. Like, I bring full on crazy. So yeah, got a lot of that. Um, Andy, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. How goes it? Yeah, I think Mike Tyson. If anybody heard Mike Tyson's perspective on it, yeah, the social media has made people too comfortable with being rude, and not getting clocked in the mouth for it, something along those lines. That couldn't hold more true. That should be a T-shirt. I would publicly wear that. So, Irish John, what's happening? Mylar Mick, welcome to the chat, channel member. Hey man, yeah, Irish John, I think is our longest going channel member, like 5-6 months now, right, John? But yeah, for future plans, I'm definitely gonna keep this channel running. I'm thinking about starting up a second channel in the spring. I'm not sure if I should be announcing it, kind of like a fresh start, so that the trolls can't follow me. But I'm sure they'll show up. I'm sure somehow they'll find out. So I guess it doesn't matter much. Um, oh, no luck on the lotto. That's a bummer. Man, I was looking forward to that Blarney Stone. But yeah, Mylar Mick, what are you up to tonight? Just it's early for you, man. Geez, it's about what 5:30 in the morning or so. Yeah, 4:30 a.m. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's totally true. In fact, I've boycotted Blade Show. Yeah, a couple years ago, I wanted to ride my bike to Blade Show. Now I don't want to go to Blade Show because I'm willing to do something less than polite. I guess I could get away with saying that. Um, Ken and I did try to tell you the Rock Island is made of the Philippines, so you can. Oh yeah, it's 4:30 tomorrow for him. He's about 5 hours ahead of us. Eastern Seaboard, Eastern Standard Time. What's everybody drinking tonight? I'm kicking back a Monster, which is probably why I'm still up. Yeah, don't crack open a Monster drink at 8:30 at night, 9 o'clock, whatever, and then be like, I'm not sleepy. Can I get the lotto number for tomorrow? Oh yeah, a little quick time travel with the lotto, huh? Yeah, he's in Ireland though, so yeah, I'm not sure how that would work out. Chaos is drinking the sugar-free Dr. Pepper. Right on, man. Avoid those insulin shots. Stick to the sugar-free. Cannon's drinking iced tea, man. Right on. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have cracked that monster drink open so late, but hey, man, they're so tasty and good. I just couldn't resist it. So yeah, yeah, so it's gonna be a while before I can get out. Fortunately, I've got the opportunity up in Maine, so that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. I really need some outdoors time. Yeah, it's it's the beginning of January. Man, cabin fever is setting in hardcore. Ken and I got my 6226 because it was made in New Hampshire. That's where I grew up. Clint Daniels, what's happening? How you doing? How goes it with you? It is good to see you. We're just picking this up wherever it goes, man. Yeah, I had no plans. It's just all about a social. So, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm completely open to it. Doesn't look like YouTube's gonna put me out there. So, like they say, if you're gonna screw it up good, right? Go big or go home. Damn, a lot of us on here grew up in the north. Yeah, there's a lot of people grew up north, northeast, and stuff like that. Ground fogs, drinking coffee. I'm all about the bad decisions. Hey man, bad decisions make the best stories. They really do. They. Oh, where's my Here's an old coffee mug from skydiving years. Yup, there's a due to the parachute. This is a gift, but yeah, it's not always a good plan, but it's always a fun plan. That's that used to be one of my favorite sayings. I've Yeah, man. Anybody get sent to the principal's office? Like high school. Man, I was like 40 years old getting sent to the DZO's office because like you gotta stop screwing around, man, or you can't be pulling low, or you're setting the example for the younger jumpers, and can't you behave yourself? I never do anything bad. I just do things enough so you get a talking to. Um, yeah, I can drink coffee and go to sleep, or coffee and end up all day. Yeah, it's weird like that, isn't it? Yeah, sometimes I'm the same way with monster drinks. I can have a monster drink sometimes at like 8 o'clock, and yeah, go to bed and go to sleep at 9. Other times, yeah, it just doesn't work out that way. It's like hit or miss. And it's not really even consistent. It's not like 50-50. It's just sometimes it just works out that way. There's no real pattern to it. Yeah, I'm a Bostonian. Don't hold it against me. As long as you left, man. Yeah, the Taxachusetts. I used to live up north. I had a house up north in by Mount Washington, and I would travel from Gorham through North Conway, so I had to travel like through Pinkham Notch and all that stuff. And the worst time of year to do it was the fall because all the the leaf peepers were up from Massachusetts, and yeah, nothing but mass hole plates everywhere. 10 miles an hour, like, hey, I got to go to work. Why don't you, that little peel off the side lookout spot? Use that, man. Some of us, got a job to do. So, yeah, man. Yeah, Massachusetts falling apart, dude. The, what's her name? I can't even remember anymore, but yeah, Wu, little Miss Wu. She's, go figure, she's bankrupted the state, man, and now they're just like, we're gonna raise the taxes. It's like people call it Taxachusetts already. Um, yeah, man, Taxachusetts, like what a great country we live in now. I think it really is imploding. Like there was a 91-year-old woman in Taxachusetts who was $14,000 behind in her property taxes. So they booted her out and auctioned off the house over $14,000. Woman's 91 years old. What do they expect her to do? Absolutely crazy. Yeah, you too cold and snowy, and well, they don't like guns. Yeah. I applied for a concealed carry permit in Massachusetts a few times, and they never even got back to me. They cashed my check every time though, but because it's an application fee, not a guarantee. And yeah, that's Massachusetts for you. Yeah, that's why I moved to Florida from New Hampshire. Yeah, Florida's passing a whole bunch of laws on the van life, or like you can't sleep in your vehicle if you're parked there with it shut off for too long, you could be in violation. And it's not even a housing shortage in Florida. There's 1.7 million vacant homes in Florida right now. The problem is nobody gets paid enough to rent them. That's where the problem. Nobody gets paid enough to rent them, and they definitely don't get paid enough to buy them anymore. So yeah, that's reached a whole new crazy level. Like right here in New Hampshire, we've been looking into buying a house a bit, but you have to have like a minimum of $185,000 a year annual income, just to qualify for, a starter level home, which is about 450,000 dollars now. But New Hampshire doesn't have those. There's not too many of those jobs in New Hampshire. There really isn't. I mean, geez, even when I was skydiving full time, working 7 days a week, I only made about 150 grand, and that wouldn't change. There's no pay raises in skydiving right now. And in fact, nobody has any money to spend on skydiving, so everything in skydiving is piecework. There's yeah, nobody's making any money. Go figure that they take your money and give you nothing. Oh yeah, yeah, and they're giving it to all the people that came here without permission. Maybe I can get away with saying that. People that came here without permission. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's actually what's causing the national debt. That's why the national debt's jacking up so much. We're paying the bills for every third world degenerate that jumped our border, and then you've got the weaponized empathy people that are, protecting them. Like there's something wrong with that, Like I don't know, where's my commit a crime and not go to jail for free card? Get out of jail for free card, right? That would be the shorter version. I think every American should get one at this point because they're letting them get away with everything. Yeah, Florida's gotten insane chaos. Like since I left there, um, in fact, when I left Florida, I was last into land, which is like it's 15 minutes west of Daytona. Yeah, 15 minutes or so west of Daytona Beach. I came up to New Hampshire. When I came back up to New Hampshire, I got sticker shock. Everything was so expensive. And I was kind of like, hey, we should go to Florida. Like we can rent a house twice the size for the same price. But now, yeah, since like 2020 and everybody moved to Florida to avoid stuff and everything. Um, yeah, 1.3 trillion a year to private military and contractors is causing our national debt skyrocket. Yeah, yeah. But it's at least we're getting something out of that. It's the 1.5 trillion in fraud. $9 billion in Minneapolis alone. Ohio's just as bad. They got the same problem in Maine. In fact, they had one Somali in Maine who was financing his own militia through healthcare fraud. Yeah, he was billing Medicaid, Medicare, and then financing his own militia back in Somalia. So crazy, crazy. Squat shot, what's happening, brother? Welcome to the chat. How you doing, man? You been doing any targeting with the slingy thingies lately? Yeah, the financial trajectory should be extremely concerning on all levels. We are headed towards bad places. Yeah, yeah. Even though 1.3 trillion doesn't even like, yeah, um, yeah. The fact that there's like 193 sanctioned countries in the world, we're giving money to 177 of them. So 97% of countries receive some type of financial support from the United States. In a few decades, we provided $2.6 trillion to the continent of Africa, to all those third world countries. And what it is, they just bred like rabbits and exacerbated the problem. Like we're starving, okay, so everybody have 8 kids. Don't worry, the United States has given us billions of dollars. But yeah, 2.6 trillion to Africa. That's a bigger concern than 1.3 trillion to private military contractors and stuff like that. I just saw a house for sale in North Carolina for 60 grand. Oh yeah, yeah, Cannon. I can't even imagine California. I can't even imagine. I know they have like a raging homeless problem there. Like it's completely out of control. And yeah, $24 billion to help it, but they can't account for a penny of it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a waste, all of it. Like, yeah, shut down the borders, bring everybody home, clean house, take out the trash, let everybody fend for themselves for at least 20 years. At least 20 years. No immigration of any type. Close down the border. Cut off all aid to everybody there because not everybody is our greatest ally. I think that some people do more harm than good, and we don't really get anything back in return. Meanwhile, the average American is struggling to, pay rent, do groceries, make a car payment, fill the tank with gas. Like they've just inflation is through the roof on so many levels. Um, like yeah, I've watched Chaos and I were talking on the phone earlier, and it's like wow, just 2 years ago or so, the silky katana boy was like $160, and then it went up to 200, then like two and a quarter, then 260. Then it was like an even Steven, like 290, 300. Then it went up to $352. And it used to, a couple of years ago, it was 160. That's the kind of inflation we're dealing with. When they give us the inflationary rate, it's off of like milk, eggs, and a barrel of oil, not even processed into gas or something. It's very few things are put into the inflation. Look, you used to be able to get a nice pickup truck for 40, 50 grand. Now they're 120 grand. Yeah, they're taking the car loans. They're going to be, your automobile loan can be extended out to 15 years now. So by the time you pay it off, yeah, the engine is it rusted out, fell on the ground. Mortgages are going to be 50 years. So yeah, if somehow by some miracle you've got a miracle job and you've got a bunch of money when you're 20 years old, that mortgage won't be paid off until you're 50, and you're going to end up paying like double in for the place. Like the interest is like if you got a $500,000 home and 50-year mortgage, you're going to pay like $1.5 million for that home, just enough to keep you completely broke. Yeah, we better get some cheese gas through the hull of from Venezuela. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Yeah, they should. Yeah, we're hauling all this oil out of Venezuela. It's a great deal, like $1.5 trillion or something. Yada yada yada. But what they'll drop the price of the gas pump by a nickel and be like, well, who's the man now? It's like, whoop de doo ding dong. Yeah, nickels are really not going to change everybody's budget. I mean, if they drop it down to some good old early 1990s prices, if they were like 89, drop down to 89 cents a gallon, that would be something. But yeah, they're not going to do that. The oligarchs they're gonna get their money. The millionaires are going to become billionaires. The billionaires are going to become multi-billionaires, and all the narcissists are racing to become the first trillionaire. Um, yeah, chaos. That's the Barks. They own Washington and. Oh yeah, and the big bank there, the Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about it. The entire name was to be deceitful, like McFatty's. Like a McDonald's hamburger is like 30% soy, and then a couple other percent of fillers and stuff like that. Um, but they get to call it an all beef patty, and how do they get away with that? Because it's not. Well, it's simple. McDonald's owns a company called All Beef. So you're not getting an actual all beef patty, but you're getting an all beef patty. Make sense? So that's how they play the game. They trick you. That everybody's stupid. But yeah, that's how they sell you that nasty soy burger that a dog won't eat. And all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Yeah, that's the brand name of the patty, not the contents of the patty. Go figure. Yeah, Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about it. Yeah, the wife lost her job, couldn't get right, but I'll survive. Yeah, oh, sorry to hear that, Cannon. It's a tough time, man. The economy's wow. Yeah, that's rough, man. Yeah, so I have a degree in political science. Washington has done the banks. Oh, and then welcome to the yeah. Well, that's cool, Kodiak. I didn't know that about you, man. Yeah, interesting stuff, man. I've been trying to learn as much about it as I can. But like I said, the more I learn, the more I'm like, wow, I can't even believe I served this dump. Yeah, they've had it out for us, man. Yeah, just the amount of greed and stuff like, especially the boomers. The boomers, yeah, they deserve a good swift kick in the junk. Talk about a narcissistic group of people that care nothing more than self gain. They're the only generation that, yeah, the boomers lived better than their parents and better than their kids. They had no intentions of their kids living a good life. Um, yeah, I just have my master's in redneck engineering. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, cartel of international crooks, and they just keep taxing us. Taxes, 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 taxes. Everything you do is taxed. Not only, it's income tax, federal income tax, Social Security, which I guess is supposed to run out by 2033, just in time for, Gen X will never see a penny of it, even though we paid into it our entire lives. Um, but yeah, so they sold off our, oh, it's a good plan though. Don't worry, the government will take care of you. Holy crap. Yeah, yeah, you want to put a shed up in your backyard? Hey, you got to pay a permit tax for that. You want to put a deck in your backyard? There's a permit tax for that. Hey, your boat, there's a registration tax for that. And your motorcycle and your car and your airplane and everything. They tax absolutely everything. Every gallon of gas you put in your car is taxed. Everything you buy is taxed. And then they want to tax you on the money you might make back if you sell some of your old stuff. Yeah, that whole tax on that we're trying to do with PayPal and Venmo and all these internet, digital paying systems. That's why they want it digital so they can keep track of every penny you spend and eventually tax it. Yeah, they do. They tax. If they don't tax the air, they poison it, right? But yeah, yeah, I think as Americans are, well, I've learned a lot. Regardless of how much damage it may have done to my channel, I've learned a lot. I've always been an American. I've always supported America. I don't support the government one bit. Um, but I've really, I used to enjoy researching things, and I definitely, yeah, no matter what, in the end, I've learned a thing or two. I've definitely learned more than a few things. Um, yeah, I pay tax on a yard of dirt to fix my backyard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. They tax you on everything. And which if we lived in a beautiful country, it wouldn't be as bad. But when you find out that like half the money that you're paying in taxes is being stolen through fraud, and the other half and then some is being sent to foreign countries, just one giant laundering machine. Yeah, a lot of the people in power, they're just straight up traitors now. Who's that Nitzel Nuts there in Minneapolis? Um, he's the Somalian simp is what I call him. And in fact, if ICE is there deporting Somalians, they ought to take that mayor with them. Really? No, no, not Waltz. Waltz is the governor. Tim the Tampon Waltz. He's the governor of Minnesota. Um, what's his name? Jacob Fry or something like that. Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, the Somali speaking Somali simp. Can you say simp on YouTube? I don't know, but we're going to. Like I said, monetary inflation is what's killing us all. And the feds, yeah. Yeah, or find some people that want to do something real. I mean, you still need some type of like you need some type of governing body. You need the rule of law. You need law. But for everybody equally, like it was originally intended. Not rules for thee, but not for me. That's not working out. I don't think anybody's happy. All right, Mr. Greg, have a good night, man. Get some sleep. We'll catch you later. We'll definitely be back on Friday night at 8 Eastern. Yeah, yeah. He thinks he's going to deploy the National Guard against ICE. I'm interested to see how that goes. They want chaos. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes as well. Did you that woman that tried running over the ICE agent? They blasted her. Um, yeah, I don't understand that mentality. Like people that came here illegally and broke the law, like, um, And then all these people support them. Like, oh no, and it doesn't make sense. Like when when we were deporting all the people to Venezuela, people were protesting, saying, "No, we can't send them back to that. The dictator is evil," and blah blah blah. And now that we've removed the dictator, they're like, "Don't remove the dictator. Like, leave him in power." Well, if we took the dictator out, now we can send 1.5 million Venezuelans that are here illegally back because there's no dictator there anymore. And add insult to injury, the people of Venezuela are celebrating and thanking the United States for removing the dictator. They're partying, they're parading, they're extremely grateful. Meanwhile, we got morons here that are like, "You shouldn't have done that." It's like, well, I think the people of that country overall are extremely happy. In fact, you've got Venezuelans coming out and yelling at the people protesting in the U.S. They're like, "You don't know what you're talking about." Like, but yeah, there's a whole new level of stupid going on. Who tampon Timmy? Yeah, it's a sad example of the power of indoctrination. Yeah, you're exactly right, Groundfog. 110% right, spot on, brother. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's brainwashing at its finest. And yeah, this I look at it from the perspective, this is a country, not a charity. And the charitable stuff, and that even includes, I'm going to say it because I know you're not supposed to, but Israel ought to get a job. There's no reason why we should be sending them 38, $40 billion a year, just standard, because for some reason what do they do to deserve that? Nothing. Um, yeah, Washington is done. Period, man. Yeah, in fact, I'm 110%. I'm not left. I'm not right. I don't want. I fuck MAGA. Fuck the little blue-haired creeps. It's got to be like America. I'm an American. I'm for American. Done with the government. Done with getting screwed over by the government. Done with their shenanigans. Done with their lies. They're a bunch of pathological liars, and they're either there to get rich, or they're there for power. None of them are there for the people. Yeah, we are not there to. Yeah, yeah. No, they're all. I think they're all puppets. They're all controlled, and it all falls down to blackmails and briberies and stuff like that. That's why they don't release those files. Yeah, good old Trump there. Um, yeah, well, it might have been Trump, but I'm pretty sure it was. But if they were to release those files, it would cause big problems. There'd be problems everywhere. Is it that bad? Like, is it really? Because yeah, why do you keep lying about it? Why, And then they try to tell, oh, there's no files. Okay, what happened now? Now there is files. Yeah, they're in violation of law. Like they were court ordered to release them, and they still haven't. I'm done with the banks pay cash, fuck debit cards. Yeah, Kodiak, I'm the same way, man. I buy nothing on credit. I haven't used credit cards in it officially since I was 32, so 19 years. 19 years I haven't used a credit card. Um, I don't see the point in throwing away even back then. I had good credit cards. I was getting 2.9, 3.9%. I think the highest credit card I had was like 7.9% interest. But now 20 to 30%. You know where this happened before? Yeah, anybody who knows who was getting robbed 30% on interest and stuff like that. Yeah, I think we're heading the same direction. All professional. Yeah, yeah, they are. They're all criminals. They are, and they've proven it. Not only are they criminals, but they're traitors. They don't act in the best interest of the American people. They act in the best interest of whoever's got their lips attached to their butthole. You know what I'm saying? They're just yeah. No, none of them are for the American people. Yeah, they are. And that, like that mayor of Minneapolis, threatening Americans and so, oh, Somalians are an important member of society. No, they're not. They're giving you 10% or something, aren't they, buddy? They're giving you 10% and you're getting away with other illegal stuff, I'm sure of it. Yeah, that's 110% what's going on. Like, yeah, I do. I call, yeah, Jacob Fry. Am I right? Can somebody fact check me on that? The mayor of Minneapolis, who does his speeches in Somali. Yeah, whatever that sounds like. Yeah. But yeah, the Somalian simp there, the mayor of Minneapolis. I would love to introduce him that way. Um, do you know what happens when you give a politician Viagra? No, Chaos. What happens? I think I've heard this one, man. You sure as hell don't get the truth, though, do you? Um, but yeah, hey, if you just joined the chat recently, hey, I just want to let everybody know there's a stellar deal going on Scamazon for the Silky Nada. They are shipping them direct from the factory though, so it's about a 2 week shipping. And I don't have a link or anything. I'm not trying to make a buck off of it, so don't worry. I'm just like, I saw a great deal with all the things we're getting ripped off on now. But you can get the original Nada for like 58 some 58.62, some random Scamazon price. In fact, yeah. So, but anyhow, yeah. So it's a deal. They're like 40% off. They're usually about $100, just under 97, 98, whatever. But yeah, like $58. So, oh, they get taller. Yeah, yeah. But it's so magical, man. Um, yeah. What else have we got going on? Yeah, came over at 8, fought 3.5 years for the clown show, and lived from paycheck to paycheck. It's outstanding. Yeah, it can, and then it's kind of ironic that the same people we were fighting we're now inviting here. In fact, yeah, who was that terrorist cult leader guy that Trump invited to the White House on Veterans Day? Like you couldn't insult your veterans a little more, but he has no problem insulting Americans. Like there's nobody in America smart enough to make batteries. I find that hard to believe. And if nobody here in America is smart enough to make batteries, then maybe we should revamp our school system. You're spitting, dude. um, yeah. Whatever, dude. Um, yeah, I guess what. Yeah, schools, right? Yeah, that's funny. The indoctrination system. Yeah, the illiteracy rate has exceeded that of in 2025 the illiteracy rate in our school system was higher than that from back in 1925. Yeah, they don't educate, they indoctrinate, they teach kids that they don't have to respect adults. Gen Z has got to be some of the rudest sons of bitches I've ever met. Yeah, no respect and yeah, it's like the criminals, like if somebody's robbing your house and you hurt them, you go to jail and then the criminal gets to sue you and stuff like that. They've reversed it now, yeah, the teenagers, the Gen Zers, they can yell at the adults, but if the adults yell at the insubordinate, disrespectful teenagers, then it's psychological abuse. You hurt his feelings. But yeah, go figure. Make it make sense, guys. Nothing makes sense anymore. That's what I'm realizing. Absolutely nothing makes sense. Al Giuliani, he doesn't go by that name anymore. Yeah, kids can't even speak nor write proper English, grammar, and 1950, 90%. Yeah, you're totally right, Kodiak. Yeah. So they've stopped educating them with useful stuff. They don't even teach them how to like balance a checkbook or, they don't teach them how to do a budget, manage their money or anything like that. But what they do teach them is yeah, bad. It just I'm not even sure how much I can say on YouTube anymore. I'm walking on eggshells. I got to be a little bit more cautious. Probably doesn't help calling the mayor of Minneapolis a Somalian simp. But it is what it is, man. Sometimes you just, Yeah, the truth is better. Yeah, it'll be nice when Gen Z is old enough to get backhanded in the mouth. Well, they are. Some of them are. I think Gen Z is the beginning of Gen Z is now like in their early 20s, like 21 or 22 or something. Maybe it's like 25 to 15 or something. I'm starting to suspect that the system is created to create useful idiots. Yeah, yeah, ground fog. You're spot on. It really is. It's been I don't think it was well, no, it actually was created who is it Rockefeller. Was it Rockefeller that helped design it? Was based off of a Persian education system. And they used it to train like military and stuff like that. And then Rockefeller adopted it because it was during industrialization. They needed to create more workers, so they raised people to be workers. And just like working in the factory, there was a bell to start work and a bell to take lunch, a bell to go back to work, and then a bell at the end of the day when you were done work. They that's why you have school bells, is to start brain training you for working in the factories for industrialization, so that they could make more money. Hammock Mountain, what's happening? Good evening, good evening. How you doing? So, but yeah, yeah, that's the grossly abridged version of how the U.S. education started, how formal education started, and everything like that. Yep, so many strings in so many places it makes a person crazy thinking about it. Yeah, yeah, and I think they put out a lot of information just to wreck your head. And yeah, everything's they're popping smoke left, right, and center, so you can't keep track of anything, no matter how hard you try. Like it would probably take a team of like 100 people to really, really follow it, or more. Even then, like how does it work? It's it's all questionable, man. Hey, McMount, where are you at? What time zone are you in? We're we're in the northeast here, so we're yeah. It is it's officially like 12:03 midnight, midnight and plus 3 minutes. Here in the great northeast Eastern Standard Time of New Hampshire. I mean, yeah, okay, you're on the same time frame as us. Cool, cool. Bedtime. All right. Hey, later, Neil. Get some sleep, brother. We'll catch you later. Keep on keeping on, my man. Have a good day if we don't talk to you. We will catch you later, brother. James Ryan, New Hampshire too. Yeah, I grew up in New Hampshire. Left when I was about 18ish, and yeah, yeah, I was gone most of the time. But hey, I'm back now, and I'm missing the palm trees, man. Because there's one thing about palm trees, and pretty much a fact. I've never had to shovel snow around a palm tree. I think that palm trees, if there's palm trees around, they repel the snow. I think that's a fact. Might as well be science by today's standards, but yeah, Rockefeller Foundation started the 3 meal a day campaign. Yeah, yeah, and the food pyramid that we grew up on, that's a bunch of bunk. That wasn't based on what was healthy for you. That was based on um, available stock and being able to sell it efficiently. So yeah, the whole yeah, the food pyramid is an absolute scam. And that's what they raise. There's so much stuff is just so wrong. Yeah, just like the 3 meals a day, that's not all that great for you either. You should kind of like, yeah, but yeah, 3 meals a day is not healthy for you. You should eat when you're hungry, not overeat, stuff like that. A lot of people say that 1 meal a day thing is pretty good. I actually prefer to snack here and there. Never really having a huge meal, but yeah, just making sure I didn't miss anything in the comments, guys. Yeah, um, my Majestic is my favorite right now, the most comfortable I have ever laid in. Yeah, I've been yeah, hey, speaking of hammocks, I've been looking into the DD hammocks. Um yeah, I'm kind of like I'm torn between the putting together like a DD hammock kit or the Light Fighter Jungle Recon hammock kit. It's kind of like a toss up, and price wise they're actually the DD hammock is a bit more expensive. I think it's maybe like 50 or $60 more once you put yeah, once you put the pieces in place, it's a little bit more expensive, but oh, this one right, the far left. Yeah, this is the Phobos Knives Tier 1 Mini. It's CPM 154 CM steel. This one's PVD coated. Yeah, orange G10 liners with OD Micarta scales. Yeah, it's made by Phobos out of Tennessee. Eric Hansen is the owner. He's a retired Green Beret of 22 years. He was an 18 Delta Special Forces medic. He's the designer, the owner of Phobos Knives. Makes awesome stuff. Yeah, it is. It's a sweet blade, and CPM 154. It's a like great steel. It's not difficult to sharpen. It's easy, you know. Still has good edge retention, all that good stuff. Yeah, all around great knife. And there was supposed to be a folder version of this coming out as well. I'm not sure if it still is or when it is. It's to be announced. I don't have any dates or anything. Yeah, I eat once a day only. I fast once a month for ultimate health. Kodiak, how long do you fast? Like once a month? Is it like a 24-hour, 72-hour, 48-hour? I've been looking into some of that stuff myself. I know they say like a 72-hour fast is like really, really good for you if you can do it. Kind of like resets everything, you know, a couple of cold showers along with that and you're golden. Yeah, 72 hours. Yeah, so that's that seems to be the agreed upon like good time frame. Like anything under, yeah, you're still doing a little bit, but not as much. And once you start going over that, there's a certain point where it's not as good for you. Like I said, I'm just something I've been researching. It's um, I think the only time I fasted 72 hours was like I was going camping for the weekend and forgot the food bag in the fridge. It was not intentional. Um, hell, I eat almost every 2 hours. Cannon, I believe that, man, and there's probably a shortage of crayons in your town. Um, yeah, just we'll talk to Crayola, see if they can support you. Every 2 hours, is that a box of 12, box of 24, box of 72? Um, gee, I shouldn't be that rotten. I really shouldn't. Sorry, Cannon. I'm sorry. I know I didn't hurt your feelings, but I should be sorry. Box of 24. So you pace yourself, man. Oh, that's priceless, man. Oh man, I wish my grandmother was still on this planet. I would she would enjoy a conversation with you, my man. In fact, hey dude, I found your emails today. Um, the I guess Verizon or whatever doesn't like you, man. They sent you to the spam box. So fishy fingers. Yeah, body has to heal itself by eating less and to cause your body to heal. Yeah, man, that's what they say, man. There's a like after a certain time frame, like yeah, your body starts like disposing of dead cells and replacing it with. See, that's how now I'm getting paranoid. Like, can I say dead cells like or do I have to say unalive cells? You know, like it's oh my goodness. YouTube will wreck your head after a while. Benchmade, yeah, man. I don't have any Benchmades. But Zach Stuff, man. If you know Zach Stuff, YouTube channel, Zach Stuff, man. He's a Benchmade guru. He knows everything about Benchmade. I think he has almost every Benchmade knife there ever is. In fact, some of us think he's like the secret boss or something. He's covertly the CEO of Benchmade. We haven't confirmed it yet. It is strictly allegations only, but um, cells that have departured. Yeah, heavy duty. I'm a Benchmade bitch. Cannon, you're into Benchmade. I didn't know that about you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unalived is still dead. I don't know. I'm used to the term bounced. Yeah, I'm used to dude bounced. When your dumbass jumps out of airplanes for 27 years, and that's the number one loss of your friends, is dual malfunction or something. We just say they bounce. They usually bounce pretty hard, and they really do bounce. Um, it's crazy. Um, oh, you got a load of them? Did you get them before the crazy price increase? Like what's crazy is man, Silky Saws, Japan, they're doing the same thing that Benchmade did. I think they're actually doing it worse. Like their stuff was, it was pricey, but it wasn't like, come on, man, sticker shock. And that's what Benchmade did. Like I was looking into Benchmates for a while. There was a few I wanted to get. But then it was like every time I looked at them, it was like it went up $5 or $10 and went up $20. And it used to be $110 knife was now a $220 knife. And I'm like, yeah, what did you change? It's the same damn knife. They didn't change a thing. They just started charging crazy amounts of money for them. And Silky's doing the same thing, man. I bought the entire Silky Outback set. I want to say it was like $130 or something. The big boy 360, the Gom Boy 240, and the Pocket Boy 170, all Outback edition, and it was like $130 altogether. I got a little bit of a deal on it, but well, even if we said $150, now to get the whole set, you're talking like $300 or something. Like I said, I watched the Katana Boy go. The Katana Boy 500 went from, $150, $160 on average, all the way up to $352 in like 18 months. And now they've got a new version that's like $470. It was like when it was $150, $160, it was a deal. It was an investment. It was a little bit pricey, but it was worth the money. But at $460, man, no, I'm taking down that tree with some det cord, right, Cannon? Like 4 or 5 wraps of det cord. It's coming down. And now the Silky the Katana Boy 1000 is like $1,400. It's like I can get a ground saw, I can get a climbing saw, I can get a rope and a saddle, and I can probably keep gas and bar oil in it for a year for 1,400 and some dollars for a manual folding saw. Um, yeah, Cannon, same thing when I get into firearms and motorcycles. Yeah, and that's what they're doing, man. Everything's getting out of everybody's price range. In fact, I've got proof of a lot of it because I've been really planning out this channel for quite some time, and I've been a gear junkie my entire life. I was, I grew up rock climbing and whitewater kayaking, skiing, stuff like that. Started jumping out of airplanes in the Army in '93. Yeah, so I was involved in, I was a professional skydiver, master parachute rigger for 27 years. I mean, I'm an absolute gear geek. And, man, I'm in my 50s now and I just want to do like one master kit. I was kind of going into it like, no, I'm not going to spare any expense. I'm going to premium nothing but the best, not Gucci, not luxury ripoff brands, but like some of the best kit money can buy. So I started like, compiling lists of different things that I wanted to do, different kits, and man, I've got those lists and I've watched the prices, and that's why I'm saying like that Katana Boy deal. That's what all the gear is doing. I mean, a premium backpack now. It used to be $600-700. Now they're like 1,200. It's just getting to be absolutely insane. I just ordered a Roxon Flex Companion. I'll get a new knife next month. Yeah. Oh, what a, yeah. I have one Benchmade. It's C Spec War 1992 from Emerson and Balisong. Emerson and Balisong, yeah. Or did I miss another one? Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of whether or not people can afford it. I think if you save your nickels and dimes and you're really intent on owning something, you really can. But is it worth it? Is the price increase? Are you getting a value for your dollar? I think that's what it is. Um, Come on now, live in your 15-minute city, eat the bugs, be happy. Yeah, yeah, live in your 50 and get overrun as well. Yeah, get overrun by people that don't like you. That's the whole thing. I think the second they stand in the street chanting "Death to America," yeah, you should bust out the Abrams and run them over. They had Bellasong in the Butterfly back then, and Benchmade under the Butterfly. Yeah, is that was the whole thing. That's how Benchmade like came to be. That's why they're they started off with the Bellasong knives or butterfly knives, and that's why their emblem's a butterfly, right? Isn't that Yeah, back in the day, I was into Gerbers, man. Like I would say in the '90s, late '80s, yeah, mid '90s or so. Yeah, early '90s. I was into Gerbers. I had like a Gerber LMF and a Gerber Gator, and then I ended up with like a Gerber multi tool, and then they were making good stuff back then. But they've sold out. I'm not. I haven't heard good things about Gerber, but they did just come out with a Gerber and Magna Cut, didn't they? The Gerber Strong Arm and Magna Cut. But who's to say it's really Magna Cut? I don't know if I trust them. Yeah, you like Gerber tools? Yeah, I mean, I don't know how their stuff is. I know SOG you got to be careful for. Um, yeah, SOG had I can't remember the tool it was, but DBK Dutch Bushcraft Knives where they were doing a review and a test, and the knife was literally falling apart. It was a SOG knife. Yeah, the edge was just chipping right off. They weren't even really doing anything with it. They weren't they hadn't really even started testing it yet, and they must have like messed up the heat treatment and or burnt it, putting the edge on or something, and the knife was just falling apart. It was a few months ago, but it was a SOG. I've used a couple SOGs, broke them all. I'm not impressed. And in fact, having multiple SOG knives break on me is when I headed to my local Barnes and Noble and got the latest and greatest knife magazines because I didn't do social media. And I started researching like not a crap knife that breaks all the time, and that's what brought me to Spartan Blades. And I'm kind of like a hesitant shopper. I gave Spartan Blades a call, and I got to speak to the owner, which was really cool. It was nice. I'm sure if I called up Gerber or SOG or most of these companies, I'd have to beg to speak to the owner, and they probably wouldn't let me. But yeah, I spoke with Curtis at Spartan Blades, and I was kind of hesitant about like, man, this is a lot of money for a knife. It was the Horkos was like $330 at the time, and I think it's up to like 385 now or something. But yeah, I talked to him, talked some shop and stuff. It was great, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'll if you decide to buy anything and you decide you don't like it, it goes 60 days down the road, whatever. If my knife gives you any problem, give me a call and yeah, I'll give you a refund if you want, replacement, whatever you want. If you decide to give it a try. So, hey, man, with the and the guy's a Green Beret, so I'm assuming his word is pretty good. I went ahead and I went with some Spartan Blades knives, and I don't regret it for a second. I still have the damn things. They're great knives, and I bought them. I don't know, maybe 15 or so years ago, 14, 15 years ago. I used them heavily the first. Well, I mean, like field use, realistic, not fake YouTube crap. I didn't pry open any car roofs or, I didn't, yeah, I didn't do anything like that. I didn't put it between two bricks and smash it with a sledgehammer or anything. But everything that I needed to use a knife for, I used it for, avidly and aggressively. And they're great knives. They really are. They're awesome knives. I was just looking in 2019. I had some few major changes in life, and I was going down to a drop zone in Cape Cod for 2020, and I wanted to get into doing more bushcrafty kind of things. So I was looking for a better handle grip, more something more comfortable, no hot spots, stuff like that. And that's when I got into Phobos knives. Was in 2019, and still using Phobos knives to this day. Don't really plan on doing anything else. Don't care. Um, and I'll blame it on YouTube. YouTube, there's some knife people out there in YouTube that are just rotten, despicable people, and I don't want to draw that kind of attention. Um, I'm not. I lost interest in knives, so I have what I have. I might get a couple. I'll get a couple more Phobos knives for sure, but I'm definitely not playing the knife game. There's the two things I steer away from at this point on YouTube, and that is the pew pew cult and the knife cult. It's not all of them. It's some of them. They know who they are. I know who some of them are. I don't know who all of them are, but it is what it is. Yeah, I should be getting my Roxon companion Saturday. That's awesome, man. Hey, do gear, that's beer. Yeah, I still want a mini Phobos. Hey, Leon, sell a couple of those frames, man. You got 400 frames. I mean, damn, they're only 2.5. I know some of the frames you have are 2.5. I want to get a Cold Steel 5 Max. Yeah, I'm not even sure what that is off the top of my head. Uh, yeah, yeah, I'm not. Geez, the biggest things I want in life. Man, I need a new mountain bike. It's either going to be a Specialized or a Surly or something. Um, I rode a Cannondale for quite a few years, but Cannondale sold out and shipped their manufacturing overseas. So when Cannondale was making it in the USA, I would buy another Cannondale, but they're not. So I'll probably look in. I'll probably get a Specialized cross country type. I'll ride at distance. It's a big folder, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the options are limitless. There's so many good knife makers out there, good quality knives. Um, yeah, I know how it is, Squatch man. Like, yeah, hey, we missed 3 weeks worth of income because Mrs. Bushcraft was out because of her shoulder, stuff like that. Yeah, everybody in America is flat broke. Everybody. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, all except for the oligarchs and the crooks and the felons and stuff like that. They're still making money. But the common folk in America are all flat broke. There's no jobs. The economy sucks. Everybody's living paycheck to paycheck, working 50 plus hours a week. Yeah, my buddy bought a 90% all wooden bike for $6,700. Holy crap, man. It's an art piece. Hang it up. I would never buy an all wood bike. What the hell kind of wood is it made out of? And it can't be. I'd get titanium, dude. For like $4,500, you can get a custom one-off, lifetime guarantee titanium frame. Like, yeah, I've seen some of those wooden frame bikes. They're beautiful. It's trendy. You can even get like matching wheels and stuff. Like the outside, the rim will be wood. Then they'll lace it with standard spokes. But yeah, man. That's like Gucci maple. Yeah, man, $6,700 maple frame. Yeah, man, hit the double bumps with it, man. Catch some airtime. I'd be afraid to break the thing. Like even carbon fiber, I was mentioning that earlier. Carbon fiber mountain bikes frames suck. I don't see wood surviving very much. I mean, unless you're riding it around like a granny or something with a front basket with some daisies on it. But yeah, 60. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd be afraid to drop off a curb with it. Like they got to have it reinforced somewhere. Like I've seen like all metal forks and stuff break. Like yeah, like I said, unless they're granny riding it. You know? Yeah, I got the tassels hanging off the bars. Got my front basket for my beverage with some daisies on those little plastic daisies. You know, probably got banana seed on it too. That's priceless. Oh, I'm a bike snob. In case anybody didn't know, I am a bike snob. Um, I just get an old Mongoose BMX and be good. Yeah, man, I haven't ridden a BMX bike since I was like 8 or 9. Just the geometry of it. I'm a distance rider, like distance, like New York to Key West kind of distance. I'm not riding a BMX bike, 2,000 plus miles, 2,800 miles, whatever. Yeah, yeah, Kodiak. I got Instagram. It's the same as my channel name. Um, yeah, definitely got Instagram. Yeah, I used to, man, BMX was big back in the day, man, like in the 80s and stuff. Yeah, man, I had a couple. I had a Red Line, I had a Haro. I mean, I've been like most people realize freedom when they turn 16 and get their driver's license. I realized it much earlier. Like, yeah, I realized freedom when my dad took my training wheels off. It sent me down the road. I was like, get out of man. I never stopped cycling. Well, no, I'm lying now. Last few years I haven't. I broke my bike. I've got a cracked frame. It's got a stress fracture, like a major stress fracture. But I put over 130, 140,000 miles on the bike. You name the BMX brand, I probably had it and broke it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Chaos. Yeah, man. Remember those the star wheels, the 5-star wheels or whatever. Instead of having like standard spokes, you had those 5-star wheels. That was like a huge upgrade. Like that, all the cool kids had it. Yeah, my mountain bike is 90% aluminum, weighs less than 2 pounds. You can pick it up with your fingers. Just the frame weighs 2 pounds, right? There's no way your whole bike weighs 2 pounds. Like what's it made out of? Like even a carbon fiber frame weighs just the frame alone weighs more than 2 pounds. I'm gonna run 5:30 comes early. Yeah, hammock, it definitely does, man. Yeah, 5:30 comes really early. But hey, man, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Hey, man, maybe we made you tired and help you sleep. I think that's part of the Insomniac social parts. Is yeah, man. I'll just talk about a bunch of boring crap so everybody can sleep. Yeah. Oh, Skyway Tough Mags. I also had the Zeros, which was a plastic rim that was spoked. Yeah. Yeah, 3.9 pounds for the frame. Like a single speed. Yeah, that's your entire bike weighs 3.9 pounds. You gotta send me a picture, dude. Well, what would you pay for it? Like 100 grand? Because the bikes that they ride in the Tour de France, those things weigh like 12, 13 pounds, and those are the best bikes in the world, and they're custom, and they run about $35,000 a piece. 35, 40,000. I don't know what they're at now. I know back in like 2007, I bought a Specialized S-Works Epic for $7,200, and the same bike now is going for like 14 grand. Um, 13, 12, 13, 14 grand. $750, 3.9 pound mountain bike rope doesn't matter. I'm calling bullshit on that one too. Yeah, there's no way a complete bike weighs 3.9 pounds. Um,